Movie review number 1339 is Friendship. Friendship is a 2025 movie directed by Andrew D. Young. This movie has A24 Films' fifth season productions and Boulderlight Pictures. I saw this movie on May 25th, 2025 at Cinemark Dayton South 16 and SD in West Carrollton, Ohio. So, this is about Craig Waterman. He is a guy who is a suburban dad to his son, Stephen Waterman, and is also the husband of Tammy Waterman. And Craig is having a little bit of a normal life, but then he gets a package that is not addressed to him, but is addressed to his neighbor, Austin Carmichael. So he delivers the package to Austin, and after that encounter, Craig is invited to hang out with Austin one night. And so he does, and Austin and Craig decide to go on a little adventure. And after that night, Craig's wife changes forever, as eventually Craig is invited to hang out with some of Austin's friends at his house, and Craig is living a dream. He's finally having a male friend in his life, and he feels like he's actually belongs in a group. Well, unfortunately, after that night, things change for Craig again, but not in a good way. As something happens during that night that causes Austin to no longer want to be friends with Craig. And Craig is not sure why this is happening or what he had did to cause Austin to feel this way. So Craig tries to think of attempts to try to get Austin to talk to him, and he does take things a little too far, like breaking into his house or coming to his workplace, trying to get Austin to talk to him. But Craig isn't really sure what is going on. And let's just say that after that particular night that Craig hang out with Austin and his friends, that eventually made Austin not want to be friends with Craig anymore, Craig's life turns upside down. And it causes some tension between him and his wife. As Craig decides to do something with his wife that definitely leads to unexpected consequences. I'm not going to say what happens, but I'll let you guys see the movie for yourselves. But this movie does have a tagline: men shouldn't have friends. Yeah, men can have friends, but in this case, Craig is going a little bit too far with trying to be Austin's friend, even though something happened during that one night that caused Austin to not want to be friends with Craig anymore. But what Craig does definitely goes a little too far. Of course, I'll let you guys see the movie for yourselves to see what happens. But I thought it was a pretty good movie. And throughout the movie, Craig does unexpected things that he normally wouldn't do, and it all happens as a result of Craig being kicked out of the group. So I won't say what happens, but let's just say that Craig's wife definitely changes from normal to good, then to bad, and then to even worse. But I'll let you guys see the movie for yourselves. So this movie has Paul Rudd as Austin Carmichael, Tim Robertson portrays Craig Waterman, Kate Mara portrays Tammy Waterman, who is Craig's wife, Jack Dylan Grazer portrays Stephen Waterman, who is Craig's son, Charles Sedella portrays Devin, Billy Burke portrays Tony, Jason Feastley portrays Zed, John Greaser portrays Big Sam, Eric Rahel portrays Mike, Connor O'Malley portrays Patton, Carmen Christopher portrays Jim, Craig Frank portrays Buzz, Omar Torres portrays Jared, Jacob Mean Trent portrays Nathan, Daniel London portrays Stan, Whitmore Thomas portrays Ian, Raphael Sabarge portrays Garrett, Ivy Ward portrays Jen Preiser, and Meredith Garrison portrays Bianca. So, I thought it was pretty interesting for this movie as far as how the storyline went through, or how the storyline went from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. All Craig wanted was a friend, and he thought finally got a friend in Austin. But let's just say Austin let's just say that Austin doesn't want to be friends with Craig anymore after something happened when Craig visited Austin with some of his friends, and things take a little bit of a turn as Craig accidentally does something that causes Austin to take a pause on him. But what Austin does next definitely takes things too far. Now, I won't say what this little adventure that I mentioned earlier in the video that Austin and Craig goes on at the beginning of the movie before Craig met all of Austin's friends. But let's just say that Craig decides to do the same thing to his wife, Tammy, later on in the movie. Or let's just say that does not go exactly as planned. And that causes even more tension. So, I do agree that men can have friends, but at the same time, men being friends could be a good thing or could be a bad thing depending on how the friendship goes. In this movie, however, definitely it was a bad thing when Craig and Austin became friends. Not at first, but later on, it definitely became bad. And the movie shows you what happens. But I'll let you guys see the movie for yourselves to figure out what happens. But I thought it was pretty good. So that's my movie review of Friendship. Please enjoy from this movie review. Alright, goodbye.